welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Carrie Dillon. We are joined by these fabulous ladies from Clear College Counseling. We have Miss Amanda O'Nunn and Leanne Kubek. We're so glad to have you.
Thanks for having us.
I mean, this is the time. Like, everybody's worried about college for their kids. We don't stop talking about college. From the time they go to pre-K, we're talking about college, right?
That's true.
Let's talk a little bit about what you all have going on here. What is this business all about? Clear College Counseling.
So anyway, one of the things I've always felt strongly about is that young people need to have a drive and a purpose in life, and they've got to find that. And oftentimes that next step after high school is college to get to that purpose. And so I feel that our strengths put together can help children find their purpose and navigate them on the correct path that fits who they want to be and need to be.
Sure. I mean, it's somewhat assumed in, and there's sort of a new approach that college isn't for everyone, but college is for a lot of people. It's for a lot of people. And there's that big gap between going to high school, getting through high school. You really need a lot of support with that. So currently, we have guidance counselors. Is this something that is in coordination with them? I mean, can they possibly handle all of their course loads? How many kids do they have?
Well, what you'll find out is many parents like ourselves applied for college many moons ago.
Yeah.
And that paper copy application is obviously a way of the past, and things have dramatically changed. And there's so many little tidbits and pieces that it becomes a full-time job just to navigate the college exploration and application process and finalize it with scholarships. So we have found that we have the time and the drive and the desire to help kids with that full-time job, whereas parents who work and haven't been down this road and don't have the expertise can't necessarily do. And school guidance counselors are awesome, and they have so many balls to juggle at the same time. So imagine
overworked, underpaid.
Exactly. Imagine all the things that they have to focus on. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a drive-by situation. The kid drives in, we give them a quick answer, and they're off next to their next class.
And it really requires a whole lot more time than anybody has. Exactly. I mean, bottom line, it's more than anybody has. So the question that I have for you as well is parents. Parents are involved in this, and then there's a whole, we're going to talk about the legalities of this a little bit, because colleges now are hypersensitive to how much are the parents doing, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about you've created the structure on this for this company, and talk a little bit about your part in this.
Well, as a lawyer for over 25 years, I was obviously able to help the company get up and rolling.
Sure.
But going forward is exactly as you said. There was the scandal, which they called Varsity Blues. The FBI called it that. And right now, colleges are hyper aware of being concerned about a child not being the person behind an essay. Yeah. And that's going to be my role going forward, is I'm going to make sure that the kids brainstorm and they do the best essay they can do to make them shine as an individual and not just be another stat with the numbers on their application. And I'm going to make sure it's done right, but it's done within the legal boundaries.
Absolutely. And even having a lawyer do that, it's safety for the kids.
I think so. And the parents knowing, okay, I don't need to worry about this aspect.
Yeah, so we're just coming back to the school cycle right now. So let's talk about the rhythms of it. I mean, it's hard enough as a kid, like you have your extracurriculars, you have your school stuff. Let's talk about the rhythms that are there deadlines that are coming up? What are things that kids need to be aware of and parents need to be aware of?
Exactly. So what often happens is that we don't think about how things need to happen until the last moment. And procrastination, unfortunately, becomes a habit.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. So, for example, the test on September 14th, many students will think, how can I get my scores up? And we've got 3 weeks until that occurs, and I need to get my math up, or I need to hone in on a particular skill. So in reality is we need to backtrack and figure out a calendar and a timeline to help those kids reach their goals.
When should you even start with that? When should you start with that map? I mean, it's so overwhelming that it's kind of hard to ingest that.
Right, so I'm a big believer that we really talk about goals and what do you want to be when you grow up, obviously well before high school, but for our business particularly, we're honing in on the freshman year. What can we do on that freshman transcript, and what clubs can we join, and not just join, but what can we be actively involved in so that we can build that well-rounded child? What writing skills can we begin to develop? And then let's set goals, because when you have a goal, you're obviously going to do things to achieve that goal, and what are those short-term processes that need to happen. So for us, we're going to hone in on freshmen through the senior year.
How do you help kids even unearth that?
So really it's about building a relationship. And one of my strengths is to be able to connect to young people and to be able to build that trust and find out what makes their heart pitter patter. And then from there, what is it that in life is going to be your thirst, your drive, your passion? And how do we fulfill that purpose?
And let's just get baby steps, left foot, right foot.
And let's get moving and let's
get
figure out an
left foot,
action
right foot.
plan. And then from there, you really got to get them excited about life after high school.
Sure.
And that
And that is
really,
coming.
And that really is going to happen faster than parents realize.
Yeah, exactly. So Clear College Counseling, wonderful. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited to see where this goes for you all.
Yeah, thank
We'll be
you.
right back with more Talk of the Town.